This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
In a world of great peril and fear, where prices go up and the digital replaces the tangible, who will the masses turn to? England and Sweden in the greatest crossover event ever. Starring Jack and Nick!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nick.
And I am making Nick jealous by drinking from a tankard.
I know. I'm very jealous. Very much so.
Yeah, I'm slowly descending into the Middle Ages.
This is weird. Very weird.
It's fantastic. Very soon I'll come down with, like the Black Lung or something like that.
No, it's something like that. So, this is the show where we talk about comic books and the likes. And all that jazz. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I am quite alright, actually.
Sweet.
I have had to put up with about 10 weeks of hell with the job centre.
Alright.
Finally, it has paid off, and I'm now free. For now, at least.
For now.
What do you, my friend?
I'm okay, but I need to go to the bank. So, everyone knows that Wednesday is New Comic Book Day. And if you follow me... Or Hump Day. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that something happened to me on Wednesday that wasn't awesome. So I went to the comic book store, picked up my comics, and last week's comics, apparently. And it was quite a bit. So I whipped out my card to pay for it because I didn't have any cash. Well, I didn't have enough. I handed the card to the cashier. She puts it in the card machine. I'm excellent with the English language. Punches the numbers and all that. And then when she's about to remove the card, I hear something crack. And she gets the biggest eyes I've ever seen. And then she stutters and says that she broke my card in half.
Yep.
So I have half a debit card. What am I gonna do with half? I guess the chip part still works. So I can still use it slightly, but I need to go to the bank.
Yeah. Or we can have that as a question for the IRC. What uses can you find for half a debit card?
Speaking of the IRC, you can get there by going to nordicelradio.com, click on chat, enter your username and click on join, and you will be entered into our lovely IRC chat with people like Pete Coop, LOL Gamer and XS.
Yes.
Right now,
along with all the other lovely folks, and possibly not so lovely folks, but they seem to be keeping quiet. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, we have Patters there.
Apparently we've got the Zelda as well.
Oh, do we have... Well, I was talking about the people that are actually, active at the moment.
Yeah.
Zelda's in there, but not active at the moment.
I know. Probably getting harassed too much by a link.
Yeah. Legend
you
of
can
Link.
also interact with us at any time during the week by either going to your email and typing in an email, sending it to copodcast@gmail.com. That's copodcast@gmail.com. And you can email us anything you want, whether it's questions about comics, anything, any spam you feel needs to be mentioned, or just fan mail or hate mail. We'll read anything.
Indeed. You could also go to our forums at nordicelradio.com, click on forums, find crossover, and there you can, among other things, you can vote in the weekly poll. And what is the weekly poll for this week?
The weekly poll this week is weekly poll number 16. Will you be watching the Marvel Universe block of programming on Disney XD?
Oh yeah.
There's still plenty of time to vote, and right now we're at level pegging.
I wish I had this XD.
Yeah,
Simply
I wish
for
I had a
that
TV that worked.
Oh yeah, I guess that works as well. I have a TV
Yeah.
that works. I just can't watch any TV on it because I don't have anything plugged into it but my computer.
Oh well.
Yeah. So, yes, coming up in this show we have the Daily Planet, where we talk about news and stuff, and some things that aren't really news, and other things that are news. And
Yeah.
We have one that I wanted in there and Jack didn't, and it was weird. Yeah, it was an argument. We fought to the death.
Yeah, it wasn't because I made these at last minute, honest.
No, not at all.
No.
Following the Dead Planet, okay, sorry.
I was about to say we fought to death, and neither of us won.
Yeah, we both died. We're
Yeah.
zombies.
Only you can hear me.
I'm in your head. Killer. Sorry. After the Daily Planet, we have the back catalog where we review the comics that have come out this week and previous weeks. And yeah, such.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff to cover in that. Some that were good, some that were bad, some that were ugly, and nothing with Clint Eastwood in this week.
No.
It's a shame.
One week there will be.
There will be 1 week.
Yeah.
If either of us picks up the Dark Tower. Kind of, sort of Clint Eastwood, I guess. After the back catalogue, we have the new releases, our top 3 picks each. That's right, each. 6 in total. We're spoiling you, folks. Of what's coming out next week on the 25th of January.
Oh, there's more weeks of this month. Damn it.
Yeah,
I want
just
to get
one,
paid.
and then we finish January.
I want to get paid, money and all that.
Yeah, it's quite helpful.
In the new releases, we also have the webcomic spotlight for those of you who might prefer to get their comics more than once a month or every other week, or just doesn't want to pay for their entertainment.
Yeah, damn
Yes.
dirty pirates.
And following the webcomic spotlight and probably a break, we have the Riddles, which is our user interaction show segment.
Yes, we've already told you how to get in contact, so please get in contact now. Remember, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, go to IRC@nosovideo.com. Also go in the forums. There we go. Do it now.
Then we have the Rogues Gallery. And the Rogues Gallery is our weekly top 10. It has become the weekly top 10 because we don't do... we rarely do I Could Be Batman anymore, but...
I know.
If anyone has any discussion that they want us to take up for any, it could just be us listing stuff, something that isn't the top 10. If you want us to talk about something, just send us an email or talk to us in the IRC. Prod us about what you want us to talk about, because we do this for you guys and my massive ego.
It is quite massive at this point. And this week's top 10 is the top 10 biggest surprises of DC's New 52 Second Wave. That's right, the new comics were announced last week.
Well, if we read the show notes, it says the 10 biggest surprised.
Oh god. This is why you don't rush show notes, folks.
It's only fun because you're a writer.
I know.
It wouldn't have been fun if it was Patters. Well, actually, it would have been fun if it was Patters, but Pogo or Zelda or Gamer Girls Exists. Oh, a new person in the IRC. No, well, there's a new person in the IRC that I don't recognize from before. I may just be unattentive, I don't know.
could very well be.
So, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
This is Daily Planet.
It's time for the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Will you take us in?
Yes, I will indeed. You may remember when the new DC 52 comics came out, there was a little bit of a rigmarole about, you know, certain characters in certain comics. Namely, you know, Catwoman and Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Basically the women.
Yeah, basically the women.
Because men can't make controversies these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Fox has decided to make a big issue of it. Again.
Months.
Yeah, this is like really old news, but they are still trying to dredge it back up.
Yeah, whatever.
By claiming that it is harmful for children. Think of the children, folks! Think of the poor children!
Yeah, the comics aren't for children anymore, folks.
Yeah.
Stop living in the 60s.
I mean, there are some comics that are for children. I mean, DC does publish Tiny Titans.
Oh, no, that's for hardcore adults.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Weren't you aware? I mean, it takes place in a daycare.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk it?
Oh, God.
But seriously, I mean, these are probably the same people who allow their children to play Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row and stuff like that, and they're now complaining that, you know, Catwoman is a fictional playboy for kids at its worst.
Yeah. At its worst. I like that.
What? So basically, you know, the written articles in Playboy. That's Playboy at its worst, folks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Fox. I don't have words for this. This is just ridiculous. But they prod at the like points in Red Hood and Outlaws where Starfire propositions Roy Harper for sex and then says that love has nothing to do with it. And basically they say that sex is bad. And it should be an act of love or whatever.
Direct quote is, "We want our kids to think sex is an act between two consenting mature individuals, who care deeply for one another. That doesn't really come across and it's too easy to misconstrue." That is fantastic English right there. Too easily to misconstrue things, particularly for a kid.
I don't know if... Do these people even look at the cover of the comic books that they give their children?
Yeah, because if they are basing it entirely upon, you know, the covers, then they should be put off immediately by that anyway.
Yeah. Or just about any comic.
Yeah.
Except Tiny Titans. Because Tiny Titans is cute.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I'm just waiting for the moment when they start bitching about, you know, Kick-Ass and stuff like that. And saying, oh, it's harmful for kids. I mean, the front cover showed a dog biting someone's balls off. But I thought it could be good for my young Timmy. Really?
Well, the page where Red... I think... Is the bad guy's name Red Mist? It's been a while.
He's now changed it to one I cannot utter on air.
Oh.
Actually, wait a minute. It's after 9 o'clock here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, he's called the motherfucker now.
Oh yeah, the motherfucker. Oh. Alright. Him. He shoots like 5 kids. Just for no reason. I don't know which issue that is. I saw an excerpt on Reddit. It was like, this is why Kick-Ass 2 will never be directly translated to a movie.
Yeah, I mean, the front cover of that particular issue anyway shows motherfucker rather, he's called now, shooting a load of people, so that's going to put off parents anyway. So if... Seriously, folks, if you're going to start bitching about what is inside of a comic book, look at the front cover. It tends to tell you what's inside.
Yeah.
Now,
We should-
even Butcher Baker the Righteous Maker, which is about... Don't ask how I know this, folks. It's been getting a lot of good reviews. It's about a superhero who was a former porn star. Yeah. Weird premise for a comic book. But the front cover of that shows a pair of boxers. Like,
No.
you know, a
way.
guy wearing boxers, and that's it. Just focusing on the junk. That should be enough to put someone off, if they think it's going to be bad for the children.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's just bad parenting.
Moving from DC controversy to DC logo change.
Yes.
So DC has unveiled a few new logos that they're gonna be going with in the future, and I just need to turn off my phone and ask you, what do you think of these things? Like, you who is a writer and wants to be in this profession probably one day.
Yeah. The main thing that they're going for here is, you know, trying to be able to show for an instant glance which particular branch of DC it is, whether it's, you know, the Dark or the Edge or the Batman ones, just by being able to look at the logo. I mean, well, I can tell which ones immediately are the Green Lantern, and I'm assuming the Superman one.
Wait, which one is this? So we have...
I'm guessing the red and...
Well, we have one... Basically, all the logos are basically a D that has been like folded over, revealing a C behind it. And then you have one that has a purplish D with a, I'm gonna say rock or metal C, which could be like cyborg or whatever. Then you have one that is both black on the D and C with like a leather whip around it. I guess that's sort of Catwoman.
Yeah.
And then you have one a D that is red and yellow, and the C is like sparkly and stuff, and that's gotta be Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have one that is very obviously the Watchmen.
Yeah.
It's like, if there was any doubt that they were gonna make a Watchmen prequel, sequel, or dequel, then there is none anymore. This is so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
They have a green one with a glowing green C that is Green Lantern, and then one that confuses the hell out of me, which is a grey D with a white icy. I think it's icy C. What do you
Yeah,
think?
and a lot of smoke coming from it. I'm guessing that's going to be something in the Dark series of stuff they do.
It looks like ice though. Mr. Freeze? Is he gonna get his own series?
Probably not now.
No. Yeah, lol, yeah, I don't know what a dequel is. I guess it's like de-evolving something. Make it worse.
Well, they could do a sidequel.
Sidequel works as well. It's not gonna be Iceman though. For this ice thingy.
Yeah, bearing in mind Iceman is an X-Men, which is Marvel.
Yeah. I'm just into, because 3 of these are very obvious what they are. Like
Yeah.
Firestorm, Green Lantern, and Watchmen is very obvious. I'm just curious to what the other ones are.
We'll have to wait and see which they go with.
Also, why they would pick Firestorm and Watchmen over everything else.
I don't know.
They also have a few ones that are like neutral,
Yeah.
just normal C and colored D and all that. They have a few like not screenshots, what are they called? Like wallpapers? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
With this, that actually looks pretty well. I quite like it. I might use it, maybe.
Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah. That's that.
Yes, moving swiftly on from that. The CW! Maybe you remember them for such shows as Smallville and other shows like Smallville.
Fringe. I think they're Fringe. Unsure.
That's
Never mind.
Siffy.
Was that Siffy?
I don't know, was it Siffy? I don't know, I don't do American TV.
Me neither.
But yeah, apparently they have just ordered in a new pilot for a DC superhero. And drumroll please, who could it be that they're going to order in?
Batman.
Close but not quite, it's actually Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Yeah. Green
I just hope that
Arrow.
they're not going for Smallville Green Arrow, because we all know, well, you and me know that what we both think about Smallville.
We don't mention that name here.
I have in the intentions of watching through it from the first episode to the last episode at one point. But it's probably going to be after I watch through Torchwood and Doctor Who a fourth time.
Okay.
Probably. Yes.
Also, well, if they base it on the new 52 version of Green Arrow, then it's just going to suck.
Yeah, I want... I don't know what I want, actually. Like, Green Arrow is a character that I know very little about, and what I've read is, like, I hate One Point, and I love One Point. Well, one series.
Yeah. The problem with Green Arrow is his shtick is basically just Batman with a bow and arrow.
And less cool
And
gadgets.
Yeah. And his nemesis is another guy with a bow and arrow.
Who's his nemesis?
A guy called Merlin.
Uh,
Though it's a dodgy spelling of Merlin, so it's clearly not the wizard.
very clearly.
You're a wizard.
Oh, no. No. Do I have that? No. I don't have...
Oh, yep, lost it. Oh
Damn it.
no.
Where are my wizard?
That'll do.
That'll do.
The thunder of my vengeance will echo through these corridors like the gust of 1,000 winds!
Okay, calm down, Nick. It's not that bad.
Okay. If you say so.
Yes, this is going to be helmed by the screenwriters of Green Lantern movie, Greg Berlanti rather, and Mark Guggenheim, and Fringe co-executive producer Andrew Kreisberg. So, yeah, could be really good.
Well, the Green Lantern movie wasn't very good.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this is a TV series that we expect nothing of.
Yep.
The Green Lantern team could do well.
Could do, yeah. The only real details have been revealed in terms of what the show is going to be entailing is that it's going to be a modern retelling of, I guess, the origin story. And in a new world with an original story that's not based on the comics. So, right. This is going to turn into fucking Smallville, isn't it? Smallville from the point of view of Green Arrow.
Well, that had sort of a connection to... what I take this as is that it's basically going to be in the real world with... or possibly in the DC world, but nobody else will be a superhero.
Yeah, so this is going to be him against normal criminals.
Yeah. There might be supervillains, but you won't see Tom Welling as Superman or wherever her face is as Black Canary. Actually might. Yeah. This is gonna be... I want to say interesting, but it damn well isn't.
It's going to be a thing. You can leave it at that.
You know what else we should leave?
What?
For a break.
Oh, right. I see what you did there.
We'll see you on the flip side. This is Chameleon Circuit with Mr. Pond.
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
we're back. That was In Flames with Take This Life. Hello.
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 Hi.
So, we were doing Daily Planet, I believe?
Yes, and I think we still are.
Ooh, sweet.
I know, there's so much news!
Yes. Ooh!
Urgh.
Excited!
Yeah.
So, let's move into some movie news with Thor 2.
Oh yeah, they are making a sequel to Thor.
They very much are.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, we have one casting confirmation, except for Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman and Tom Hiddleston in this sequel. We will have none other than... Will you do the honor? Okay, apparently not. Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba.
Yes.
He seems to be the new badass for Marvel, really.
He is a badass indeed. Heimdall was awesome.
Here's one of the best things in that movie, even though he said bugger all. That's what makes it awesome.
He was hardly in it, but he was the best part of it.
Exactly. That's a lot of that movie.
Actually, I liked Loki's king costume.
Yeah.
That was... It was a good portrayal.
Yeah, it is a tie between the portrayal of Loki and of Heimdall for the most badass character in that movie.
Yeah. But Heimdall was more badass in
Yeah,
execution.
pretty much.
And I'm not talking about killing. So yeah, he's going to be returning with Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Natalie Portman, alongside Alan Taylor, known from Game of Thrones as director, and Robert Rodat for writing the script.
Release date on November 15th, 2013, so don't fret, you got plenty of time.
Yeah. We have to schedule this now. November 15th, 2013. Well, it's gonna be like...
out in my calendar.
Well, it's probably gonna be like January 24th, 2014 for me anyway. You know, Sweden.
Yeah, your country is weird like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It very much is. Sweden sucks. Never move here.
Don't intend to.
Unless you want Saturday sweets. Because we have that.
Okay.
Yeah, we have... A friend of mine not figured out, but she heard of the concept of Saturday sweets, where you can eat a ton of sweets, but you can only eat sweets on Saturdays.
Right.
And she wants to move here now. Yeah.
Okay, that is unusual.
Oh yeah. So let's move on. Next news story.
Next news! You may remember a while back we reported that FX was going to be making an adaptation of the series Powers. Well, they still have yet to deliver on that, I'm afraid. It's being pushed back for yet more reshoots.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a good premise. It exists in its own world, which is great, I guess. Yeah, it's a good series, and it definitely should be brought to the big screen, or at least to the TV.
Yeah. At this point, FX is saying that they'll expect to know in the next couple of months whether it's going to move beyond the pilot stage. It's still the pilots that they're reshooting.
Yeah.
This is proving to be a real problem child.
Yeah, this and Lock and Key and Wonder Woman have been disappointing me for a long time. As long as we've been doing
two of them for dying, essentially.
Yeah, as long as we've been doing this show, which is over a year.
Yeah.
Oh god, we've been doing over a year with this shit.
I know.
Damn.
God damn it.
So, Rob Liefeld or Liefeld, whatever. Liefeld is on the news, in the news, and he seems to have taken up the job at DC as the everyman.
Yeah. God damn it.
Like, he's writing for Savage Hawkman, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing something with Grifter.
I think he's writing for that as well.
He's writing for Grifter as well. And he's doing... What else is he doing? His... I think Deathstroke, right?
Yes, he's both writing and drawing Deathstroke soon.
Yeah. Also, he's... I don't know, Jim Lee's personal hugger or something, I guess.
Yeah. How does he still get work? Nobody loves his particular art style. If anything, most people tend to hate it.
Yeah.
It's the feet, man. He can't do feet. Or faces. Or a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I digress.
Did you see the gutters on this news?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Liefeld.
it's terrifying that it could be true.
Rob Liefeld takes on multiple new roles in DC's 52. He'll be writing and illustrating Deathstroke. He'll be plotting the Savage Hawkman. He'll also be plotting Grifter. He'll be making the paper for Batman. He'll be stapling the floppies for Action Comics. He'll be answering the phones for Green Lantern, and he'll hold Jim Lee when he's sad. I think this is hilarious. That
Probably is true. Probably
Yeah.
is.
Probably.
I can thankfully say that I don't read any of these series. So
Neither do I.
thankfully I'm going to be, away from all these when that happens. But starting with issue 9 is when Liefeld will be taking over with them 3 books.
Oh, that's like 5 months.
Yeah,
Wait.
in May.
Yeah. Guess 4 months. Still.
Still.
Yeah. And you'd think this was enough with Rob Liefeld. But it isn't.
Yeah, unfortunately not, no.
Apparently he... one of the perks of being able to do everything is that he gets to see things. I guess. Yep. He has supposedly seen R-rated footage from the Deadpool movie.
Yes, he has apparently seen footage of, what was it? Katana swords, guns, shooting people's faces off and making him laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a direct quote from him.
I just... Yeah. I want this movie.
Yep, you're not the only one.
If this ever comes out, we need to bring Kexman back on the show so that he can review it.
As much of a fanboy as he is.
Yeah, well...
He'll either
What
make or break it if, Kexman gives his approval or not.
Yeah. as much of a fanboy he is, what are we if not fanboys?
True that.
I continue to read Marvel even though I hate them.
Why do you put yourself through that?
Yeah, why did you read all New 52? Because you're a fanboy.
That's because I want to see what was good and what wasn't. Unfortunately, a lot of bad.
Yeah, well, fanboy.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that will see the light of day and we will get a proper Deadpool in a movie.
Yeah, and not, some guy with his mouth stapled shut. And ridiculously overpowered. And clearly not Deadpool.
Yeah, like Ryan Reynolds. Whoops. And last bit of news. Yeah. Spider-Man Turn of the Dark has seen some dark times.
Yep. the saga continues in terms of bad Spider-Man 2 After Dark news. You thought it all finished when we reported that it broke in box office records at Broadway. Well, Julie Taymor, the original director for this musical thing, got in a lawsuit with them. Yeah. Claiming that, she deserves full credit and pay despite her public ousting. And seeks at least $1 million and all future royalties.
What?
Yep. So now, understandably, there's now a counter-suit against her, saying she violated the terms of her original contract before she was kicked off.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They say Taymor refused to create an original family-friendly musical based on Marvel Superman... Spider-Man... Superman? What the God, brain fart there. Marvel Spider-Man. Instead, insisted on developing a dark, disjointed, and hallucinogenic musical involving suicide, sex, and death. Because, that's very family-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So is, including a massive musical number about a supervillain buying shoes. That did happen in the original version of it.
Yeah, I think there's a good thing that it was removed.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Julie Taymor was removed from it.
Yeah, because, it made bank.
Yeah.
Some corporate executives are like, awesome.
I mean, when it was put on for previews before it was released, every single critic said it was virtually unrecognisable from the show that everyone was slating, which was Julie Taymor's.
Yeah. I still need to know if we can find this somehow, like a recording or something.
Or if it goes on tour.
Probably not. It's a Broadway show. They usually don't go on tour.
You get stuff like, The Lion King and stuff that do tour. And there was that Batman one that toured, but unfortunately we missed it.
Yeah, I saw it on posters, like, maybe I should go and see that. And then I realized I don't want to go alone.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I think the first one in the UK was the theatre right next to me. That's my excuse for missing it.
Well, you could have taken the missus.
Could have, but didn't.
Yeah. I mean, girls like musicals, right?
I don't... do certain anime count?
Well, yeah, any musical. Like, South Park the movie is a musical.
Right, because South Park the movie is one of the few ones I actually like.
Yeah. And, School of Rock was pretty okay, I guess.
Didn't see it, so...
It's a Jack Black movie. He plays a guy that fakes being a substitute teacher, and instead of teaching, he gets the kids in his class to become a rock band.
Right, so kind of similar to almost every Jack Black movie ever then.
Yeah, except for...
Oh, what do I do then?
like Gulliver's Travels. Except for any movie that is based on a previous work. Like
so the other half of his movies.
Gulliver's Travels and King Kong and stuff.
And so on. Yeah.
King Kong was a bad movie.
Yeah. Much like Peter Jackson, that was a massive steaming turd.
Yep. He couldn't repeat the success of Lord of the Rings.
He might do The Hobbit, but that's just because that's the prequel to the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to The Hobbit. When is that coming out? Is that 11/11/11?
December it's going to be coming out. Just in time for Christmas.
I'm the biggest idiot of the year. Is it coming out 11/11/11? No, that was last year, idiot.
Oh, God.
I meant 12/12/12.
Oh, yeah.
Something is coming out 12/12/12.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. And I know it's not Skyrim. Because that was 11/11/11.
Tolkien.
Sure. Let's just take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the back catalog.
Yes.
You're listening to Crossover live on Nordosil Radio at nordosilradio.com. This is Queens of the Stone Age with 3s and 7s.
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Crossover. That was Rogues Drew from Behind by Level 80 Elite Torrent Chieftain, I should say. And... what?
I think they're called Level 90 Elite Torrent Chieftain now.
Oh, damn it. Why won't they settle on a level cap?
Yeah, they're like the P. Diddy of WoW.
P. Diddley.
Puff Daddy. Oh, you so crazy.
Yep.
Changing your names.
Yeah,
Ambulance.
I will settle on any one.
Why are the ambulances outside my window?
They've come to take you away.
Go
to
away.
the asylum.
Why doesn't it go away?
They've got a nice comfy straitjacket for you.
Jack, make them go away.
How? There is a large mass of water and land between us. How the hell am I meant to do that?
I don't really care. Just do it.
Has that worked?
I think it did.
Wow. I have the power to imagine away ambulances. That's fantastic. It's also the world's worst superpower. If anything's counterproductive.
Yeah. It's even more bad than Cypher.
Even worse than Arm Fall Off Boy.
Even worse than Arm Fall Off Boy. I was actually discussing Cypher, because we bring up Cypher all the time on this show, all the time. When we talk about like powers that we want, we bring up Cypher every time because I'd want his powers, like understanding every language. Because it's handy.
Including binary.
Including binary. But I was discussing Cypher with a friend of mine yesterday. It's like, and he told me of a part in the new Mutant series where it was one particular writer that were like, no, but he can understand any language, which means that he can understand body language, and therefore he can know what people actually mean when they say something.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing. So you'd have like Professor X sitting down and talking about whatever, and then you'd have like a little square whenever if you had Cypher in the panel, you'd have a little square that said exactly what Cypher thought that Professor X was saying, and it would the completely opposite sometimes. It's like people are really insecure and all that. Apparently he didn't get to keep that for very long.
Yeah, I can understand why. Apparently there's a robot on the show.
Apparently. Yeah, apparently. Whatever. I think it's time for us to do something.
Like what?
Like, I think we're gonna advise an old friend about that.
Lucky she's young. Work your way through my back catalog when we're here till the sun explodes.
Thank you, Captain Jack Harkness of
Yes.
Portswood, Cardiff.
Specifically, Cardiff.
Cardiff. Welsh.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, what?
I'm not going to do a Welsh accent. I was so close to doing it, but I'm not going to. It comes out so offensive.
Yeah, then again, nobody but the Welsh would mind, and we don't have any Welsh listeners.
That we know of.
Among our listeners, I'm gonna say that we don't have any Welsh listeners. They're too busy with sheep.
At least you said it, not me.
I'm Swedish, I'm offensive to everyone.
Irrelevant of any issues, always offensive.
Yes. So, the back catalogue.
Yes, indeed.
And you will
So,
start.
I will start, shall I?
Yes.
Okay, I will start off with the Marvel side, because that was the most part kind of disappointing. First of all, Avengers number 21. This was an issue composed entirely of the Avengers getting their asses kicked. That's
Okay.
it. Nothing more of note there.
Nice.
Yeah. Should I like it? Should I not? I don't know. They just got their asses kicked. That's it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really boring issue.
Yeah. I hope the Crisis story arc picks up at some point because I'm losing so much faith in Marvel.
Oh, you mean you haven't already lost all of it?
Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. You see, I lost my faith so much in Marvel, I picked up Generation Hope, number 15.
What?
I know! Why did I do that? I don't understand. There's nothing else good from Marvel this week. Well, apart from the ones I'm going to mention later on. Still. Yeah, this one, the shock moment at the very end was not a shock whatsoever. Because, ooh, someone's going to betray them from within in the next issue. And it's someone I already friggin' knew was going to be.
Yeah.
Someone I knew from the very start of this frigging series was going to betray them in future.
Why do you put yourself in this situation?
I don't know.
You're a martyr,
I'm a martyr, yes.
and you will be honored in the Museum of Greats.
So long as I have a seat in Van Haar, or when I
What's that,
do
grapes?
eventually shed this mortal coil, I'll be happy.
Greats or grapes? I can't remember which. Oh, whatever. It'll be the same-ish.
Who knows? On the plus side though, Superior number 7 was a fantastic end of the series. It thankfully manages to round off everything, unlike certain of the Mark Miller titles that have decided to, leave it open for a sequel, like Kick-Ass or Nemesis or so on. This rounds off everything in a really satisfying way. When it comes out in trade, if you haven't been reading it so far, definitely pick it up.
Yeah, let me know 2 months ahead of time so I can order it.
Yeah. 3 words that will make you want to read this. Evil Space Monkey.
Now, my mind directly just went to Powerpuff Girls and Mojo Jojo.
No. God damn it.
Because that's where my mind went. Mojo Jojo.
God damn the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, the Powerpuff Girls are amazing.
I never wanted to watch it.
I think I'm gonna watch that after Doctor Who, the fourth round.
And then suffer through Smallville.
Yeah, and then Smallville.
Fair enough. Let's round off what else I've been reading on Marvel. Thunderbolts number 169, where somehow the team is still travelling back through time, and this time, instead of being offensive to everyone in England by saying that one of the most important cultural figures in British history was actually evil, god damn them, they've got their asses handed to them by King Arthur and Merlin. So
That's
payback, bitches.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Isn't Merlin an already established character in Marvel though? Is that DC?
He's all over the place. But there's definitely a Merlin currently going on in Demon Knights in DC, so yeah.
I might be thinking of DC then.
This is more of a slightly dark version of Merlin, apparently. You'll see why if you read this issue. Yeah, I actually do recommend this one. I know you won't, but listeners might. God damn it. And finally on Marvel side, Uncanny X-Men number 5, which is continuing the series of Mr. Sinister fucks shit up.
Okay.
I must have missed one issue where they rounded off the whole why are there so many fucking Mr. Sinisters wandering around? Because it seems to have jumped to 2 separate issues of Mr. Sinister fucked some other shit up. This one, however, does tie into Uncanny X-Force. If you're into the Wolverine side, for whatever reason.
Ew.
Well, there might be some people into it. But yeah, it's some attention to that, so...
We both know that Uncanny X-Force is a terrible piece of crap.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
So again, listeners might not.
But we don't want listeners that don't think the same as us.
God damn it, why have we suddenly gone so fascist?
Uh,
Well, it's entirely you. It's gone fascist.
yeah, I'm ruining this show all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
Yep. So, I read this week, I'm taking the spotlight here, series of manga. I started a new series of manga called, well, I'm assuming that this is a really poor translation. It was called The World God Only Knows, which I'm assuming is supposed to be The World Only God Knows, but whatever. Takes place in, obviously, Japan, in a smaller town. And when I say smaller, I mean like a couple of 100,000 people, maybe. And it's a... I just want to preface this by saying that it's a school romance manga. With a twist. Basically, hell isn't all fire and brimstone and a big red guy with a pitchfork. It is actually very, very much like a militaristic organization that sends its agents out to the human world to capture runaway evil spirits.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of these I won't say people, but not really. All of these devils from the runaway spirit squad is they need a buddy.
They need a friend.
They need they need. It was literally translated to buddy. Like, I read it in English. Buddy was the translation.
Do they need Rob Liefeld for a hug?
Possibly. Depends on the devil. Anyway, they get a human buddy that will either agree or disagree to be their buddy, and if they agree, they are bound by death to help the devil to find these spirits and capture them. Now, here's where the romance part comes in. These spirits hide in the gaps in people's hearts, and then
that's not creepy at all.
Nope. And we're talking like metaphorical gaps.
Oh, right. I thought I was thinking literal for a second, thinking, Jesus Christ.
Metaphorical gaps in people's heart because it's spirits.
Right.
And the only way to drive them out and capture these spirits is to fill the gap. And one way of filling them is with love. So yeah, this main character, called Keima, has to go around and romance tons of different women, basically. And yeah, and here's the even slightly weirder twist. Keima is called the capturing god or the conquering god. And the reason he's called this is because he is a god amongst men when it comes to playing dating sims. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like if you read Death Note or any other series where someone is like a genius and can like use a million computers at once, and yeah, he's that but with dating sims. So he uses his he uses his knowledge from dating sims to conquer these girls in his school.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that weird. And
this sounds incredibly weird.
And he not only is he really good at this, he's so good that he's a complete shut-in and has no interest in the real world. It's like he even calls it the real when he refers to the real world. And he just wants to play dating sims all the time. He has so good grades in school that he can play games in class and nobody can really bother him about it because he always gets good grades.
This is just so strange.
It is incredibly weird, and for some reason it's really good.
I'll
And it starts
take your word for that.
it starts bringing in not only devils but also like goddesses and stuff. And yeah, it's very good actually. And it's funny. And something that is even better, it doesn't have very much of that anime TNA that we all know and hate.
Well, that's a massive surprise.
Yeah, because it's for kids-ish, like
Ish.
lower teens and
Right.
women, likely. But they try to bring in like some guys like me with the whole devil and finding and fighting and stuff. Except there's no fighting, but yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
it's called The World God Only Knows. You definitely should check it out because it's actually very good.
Alright then. Anything else you checked out in the last week?
Well, we both checked out some DC, so I thought we might go for that. With starting with Batman number 5.
Yes, indeed.
This was a weird issue.
Yes, I agree it was weird, but did you like it?
I loved it.
Yes. Good. We agree on that then. This is, in my opinion, the best issue possibly in the new DCU that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
It so adequately sums up his just mental decline.
Yeah. He just looks so broken and mental, really.
I know, just because they've got that one part over his eye that's all ragged and torn.
Yeah, because
It makes him look so demented.
one of the lenses has fallen out. And it goes between being black and white, wherever he is. Now, something that confused the hell out of me was when... Because it starts out like a normal comic book. And then, like, a few pages in, it goes to being like one of those that you read, like, sideways. The page goes sideways. And then it switches again. And all of a sudden you're holding it upside down. And that confused the hell out of me when I tried to read it. It's like...
You see, that's the point though.
Yeah.
That's what it's aiming for. It's...
I understood that after a while. I was like, this is brilliant. You have to read this backwards. It's really brilliant and one of the best and it's one of the most creative ways of using the pages of a comic book I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they switched back though. Because they just switched back. It's like, oh, well, here's on this side, and next page is on the other side. They should have, like, gone back with the whole reading sideways and then flipping it back so that you're holding it the right way.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
In your opinion, yes.
Yes.
Like I say, this is obviously a fantastic issue. It started off so slowly, the series. Me originally thinking it was one of the weaker ones, and now it's definitely the strongest.
Mm-hmm.
That's my 2 cents on that one.
I'm just... Because we both read Batman and Robin. The ending bothered me. The ending bothered
How's that?
me a lot. Because Robin is very obviously like part of the Batman team. So it's one of those times where I have no idea where in continuity these series are taking place.
It's basically the same as how it was pre New 52 in terms of continuity, wherein it's all over the place.
I thought you were gonna go with a sensible answer. It's like, oh, he's gonna actually explain this to me. Nope.
It's just all over the place.
It's all, yeah, and I hate that. And yeah, you have no idea if this is before or after Batman and Robin, which means that this could either be before and then has no impact on Batman and Robin, or after, and then we know how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
well, we know how it's gonna end in the end.
I think I'm not going to say specifically now, just so it doesn't spoil anything for the end of the story arc in Batman and Robin.
I'm fairly certain.
And probably by the time they finish that story arc, they'll end up, referencing back to it around the same time in Batman, the other series.
Maybe they won't at all.
You never know at this point.
No, this is why I'm not very happy with these kind of comics where you have one character that appears in everything, like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Damn you, Spider-Man.
Damn you, Spider-Man.
Anyway, what else have you been reading?
I also read Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 6. This is the first real issue with Miles Morales as Spider-Man, kicking butt and all that. And I must say, I'm really liking the series. It's good Spider-Man again. I just... What happened with the artwork in this? Really? It was really good, like really, really good. Bright as day good, if I remember correctly. In the...
That level of art? Huh.
Yeah, well, maybe not that level of art, but it was very good. Like, when I remember it among those. Like, really high level of art. And this is more along the lines of Rob Liefeld. No, not that bad, but like, it's still good. It's still good. It's just more unique, I guess.
Fair enough.
And I don't know if I like that.
So long as it doesn't basically sum up the 90s in art.
More unique, 90s.
Oh god, Rob Liefeld.
Oh god.
I'm going to avoid going on a rant.
Oh, you never will. You never will.
Distraction time with what else have you been reading?
I have actually not been reading anything else.
Not it.
That's it.
Well then.
We
In
have...
that case, I'll move into what I've been reading DC side. Along with Batman number 5, we've had Catwoman number 5, wherein, the shit's hit the fan. And everybody's after her now. And, yeah, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it, to sum up. No complaints whatsoever.
Okay.
But not too many compliments, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Just standard Catwoman at this point. Good,
Yep.
but not spectacular. DCU Presents number 5, wrapping up the current story arc with Deadman. And a satisfying end, actually.
Okay.
Not one that you'd think is, particularly happy or whatever, because he's still stuck as a ghost, but then that does actually leave it open for Justice League Dark.
Mm-hmm.
But it does tie up very satisfyingly to where you can understand Justice League Dark kicking off from there. Also, him squaring off to a borderline Hindu deity was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah. Green Lantern Corps number 5 with basically the arsehole Green Lanterns. Imagine every stock character from any Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and put them all in the Green Lantern costume.
Mm-hmm.
With unusual skin tone, obviously. That was who was, basically deciding to help out with the current situation with the Keepers.
Okay.
Yeah, they basically come to the conclusion, well, our rings don't work on them, so we'll get lots and lots of guns! Many guns, left side, even side.
Oh god.
To the point where they siege a pirate vessel and just decide, fuck it.
Oh. How to fix Green Lanterns. Bring guns.
Yeah, bring guns and pirates.
Pirates. Next time they're gonna go, oh no, our guns projectiles doesn't work, so we'll bring in swords. Let's raid these ninjas.
Oh god. Lightsaber battles.
And after that, it's gonna be the lolcats.
I can have Sinestro?
You can have Sinestro if you want.
Yay! Nightwing, number 5, was a weird one.
Okay.
A very weird one.
Oh yeah, I've read that as well.
Yeah, with some chick kidnapping a guy at the circus because for some unknown reason, and then, you know, trying to force him to marry her or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was just thinking, what the hell's going on with this demon thing?
Yeah, this just felt like it was a filler for the next arc.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, we're not really sure what we're gonna do with this series yet, so let's just put in a filler. Yeah.
I guess
that's
we're going
what
to finish off very soon with the whole Psycho thing. And kind of say Psycho is a retarded name.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that had any sort of meaning to this issue was the end. And that had nothing to do with the rest of the issue.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And finally for me, Wonder Woman number 5. They brought in a borderline John Constantine character in this.
Ooh.
Yeah. In the form of another one of Zeus's children. Called... I forget. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was too busy thinking, you're like John Constantine. Why are I John Constantine? Yeah, but a basically indestructible version of him.
Okay.
And both him and Wonder Woman try to convince Hades and Zeus apparently being a giant walrus thing. No, really. Seriously.
Oh,
if you've seen the front cover of it with the weird blue thingy on it that, you know, Wonder Woman's riding on, yeah, that's Zeus. Not Zeus, Poseidon, and it's so fucking weird.
Oh god.
But yeah, I would look forward to seeing what happens in the future with that, because apparently weird walrus thingy Poseidon and Hades, who just looks like a guy with a flaming head, trying to wage war on Hera. Should be awesome, just because a giant blue demented walrus fighting a god.
Oh yes, amazing.
Yes.
Only in comics. Apparently, the walrus that is Zeus is also anonymous and is taking down the Department of Justice, the RIAA, and the Universal Music Group.
Oh yeah, Poseidon is like all up in everyone's business right now because he's pissed off that he's a blue walrus.
Oh, I think we're gonna take a break, and
I think you might need Rob Liefeld for the hug.
yeah, I think we need to go and check out where Rob Liefeld is, and when we come back, stuff. This is Machine Supremacy with Loot, Burn, Rape, Kill and Repeat. See you on the flip side.
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
Welcome back, folks, to Crossover. That was Nomi with Crucified by Love.
Yes.
That sounds quite painful, actually.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It has the
metaphorical crucifixion. Not nice.
It has the possibility of being very ouchy.
Yes. That's one way of describing it anyway.
Yep.
So, before the break we were doing what we have read in the past, and now I guess it's time to look to the future. New releases.
You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
Yes, but just watch out for the Libyans. We don't know what they do.
Just watch out for the Libyans.
Yeah, that's the main point that we learned from Back to the Future.
Yeah,
that and trying to score money from getting a sports almanac in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, go back in time and change stuff. I mean, you'll end up with more money and a butler.
Yeah. But the most important thing is watch out for the Libyans.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to lose any listeners from that location. As if there are any. So. Yeah.
Go ahead, first pick.
So, first pick is, in fact, from me, Aquaman, number 5. Yes, Aquaman is still cool and I'm still picking it.
Oh my god.
Aquaman has been left for dead in the middle of a desert. It is kind of hellish for a guy who's, entirely dependent on water. More so than most people.
Yeah.
But how did the King of Atlantis find himself marooned in such a hellish environment?
Do we know?
Struggles to survive impossible odds. What extreme measures will you resort to in order to stay alive? We don't know from last issue. So this is an entirely new arc.
Okay. Huh.
Indeed.
Huh. Okay. My first pick for this week is Flash number 5. It is bringing with the weird guy that has a lot of... Yeah. A lot of clones. And...
Oh yeah, that mob rule guy. Yeah.
It looks like, if you check the cover for next week, either this is like a misprint or something, but it's gonna have something to do with Captain Boomerang and Brightest Day.
What?
Yeah, because it's Captain Boomerang with the Brightest Day logo on his head.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
This is not right.
Oh, White Lantern variant cover edition.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
But it still has to do something with... Yeah.
Oh, sir.
Wait a minute. Brightest Day continue... I think this is weird. I think this is wrong.
It probably is.
Yeah. I think this is from, like, from 2 years ago. Brightest Day-ish. Rogues versus... Yeah, this is definitely... They're making a variant cover edition for a series that came out a year and a half ago. What?
Well, that's entirely strange.
Yeah, that was... What?
Okay, well, you continue to be confused by that. I guess I'll go to my second pick, which is Justice League, number 5. It comes in a combo pack. Special combo pack edition is polybagged with a redemption code for a digital download of the issue. So, yeah. Possible giveaways in future. Anyway, for this issue, the teenage powerhouse Cyborg is now at their side. Yay, Cyborg. Yay! And now this group of heroes must somehow put their differences aside to face the terror of Darkseid.
No way. Darkseid.
Come to the dark side, we may in fact have cookies. And unlimited power.
And metal.
And metal, yes.
My second pick for this week is Deadpool 49.1. Yes, it's a mainstream Marvel, I know. And the description that TFAW has on this is just amazing. Get caught up before Dead launches next month. That's it.
Yeah, so, learn everything about the character before they kill him off.
Hopefully they won't, because, he's invincible and all that.
They'll find a way.
He's Wolverine, but more awesome. Well, infinitely more awesome, because Wolverine isn't awesome.
He's insane Wolverine with cancer.
Yeah, with cancer.
Yay, cancer.
Cancer. Woo!
Yay. I don't want to going yay for that.
Me neither.
Oh, I'm going to hemorrhage listeners. My third and final pick for this week, coming soon, is Justice League Dark, number 5. That's right, Justice League Dark. They do a dark one.
Ooh, so emo.
Bad and evil stuff. Yes, slash rates and all that. Enchantress is out of control and more powerful than ever. She has brought nations to its knees through her arcane powers. Will Madame Xanadu, John Constantine, Shade the Changing Man, Zatanna, Mind Warp, Deadman and June Moon be able to work together to defeat her? Only one thing is certain. One of his heroes will not make it out alive. I think I know which one. Just reading that list.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you haven't been in the DC universe that long.
Yeah.
This is going to be wrapping up the current story arc with, Insane Enchantress. So if you haven't been reading this so far, definitely pick up the trade.
Mm-hmm. My third pick for this week is Ultimate Comics Ultimates with Captain Britain on the cover. We will see a return of Ultimate Falcon, and Nick Fury will turn to the one man who can save the Ultimates. If this is Captain Britain that they're referring to here, I'm going to be sorely disappointed because he's flipping Captain Britain.
Actually, I quite like this version of Captain Britain, just because he's not a pansy. Compared with, the current mainstream version of him, which has basically the superpowers of Superman, but is not allowed to use them because, they can't have him better than Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid as hell.
Yeah. And let's move to the webcomic spotlight.
Yes, you pick this one, so I'll let you describe it.
Yes, this is Nerf Now, a comic I read on a daily basis. It updates 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, so you get loads of content. It's on the small form comics that you only get like 3 panels each comic, which is fine because, it updates every workday. Usually it goes in different arcs, and then it has like some sort of fillers in between, and focuses mainly on gaming. And the current arc focuses on Team Fortress 2 and Skyrim. Where the artist, who is portrayed by a tentacle with a artist hat, one of those, I can't remember what they're called. They're French.
A beret?
Yeah, beret. Basically, he's a tentacle with a beret, and he lives with a female version of the engineer from Team Fortress 2 that has to move out because he gets the lusty Argonian maid to live with him instead.
Okay.
Which I think is hilarious. But he has also done stuff like StarCraft 2 and other stuff. He does a lot of Team Fortress 2 because that's his stuff. And the artwork is simplistic but still beautiful, and the story is very well written.
Yeah.
Like the first couple of comics, like first 10 or so, has no dialogue at all, and it still tells a better story than Twilight.
Which is not difficult.
No, but still. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's at nerfnow.com. That's nerfnow.com. Yeah. Yeah. And let's move from the webcomic spotlight to the Rogues Gallery, which we have. That was loud.
That'll do.
No, it won't. Let's see. Where is it?
Oh, damn it.
I said you're a coward and a piss pot. Now what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I just want you to face me so she could get behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Macho Man. Anyway, our top 10 for this...
Zone's ready!
Our top 10 for this week is the 10 biggest surprises of DC New 52's second wave. Starting out at number 10, we have a diminished diversity with Static Shock, Mr. Terrific, and OMAC. Well, we have Static Shock and Mr. Terrific, both African American characters, as well as OMAC's Kevin Coe is an Asian American. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of more whiteys in DC after this second wave comes.
Well, they did say they're going to continue the characters on, but in different series, like, making appearances and such. But I mean, well, at least, Blue Beetle's still going, and that's a Latin American.
Yeah, I guess. Less diversity, because, it's Batman Inc., which is white guy. What else was it?
Batwing is black, so they still have a black guy.
They still have a black guy.
A black guy. Token.
Mm-hmm. Number 9.
Number 9. Mr. Too Soon. This is terrific. Was supposed to be making an appearance later on at the Justice League. Joining that team. And it would have probably made appearances in his own comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, basically with this cancellation, they basically decided, rather than giving it time to build up a fan base through the Justice League, they decided, nah, sod it, we're just going to get rid of it now.
Yeah, it's going to cost them money.
Yeah, it is, but, no chances.
Number 8, The Cost of War. One of the more surprising moves by DC is the decision to add yet another war comic to its lineup, despite the fact that the only 2 war comics in December, Black Hawks and Men in War, were the 2 lowest selling comics from the New 52.
Yes, so bad sign that they are going to be removed and replaced with just one, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, the comic offers a creative outlet for the stories by a variety of DC writers and artists. It also supports Editor-in-Chief Bob Harras' stated goal of world building in these follow-up titles. But yeah, GI Combat is probably just gonna be there to protect the DC's IP, so that they won't be losing those, I think. Yeah. Number 7.
Number 7, China Mayville's Secret Origin. Yes, China Mayville, the fantasy novelist. And apparently a good one at that. I actually bought one of his works today, so I'm going to be checking out how good he actually is. Originally, before he ended up being given creative reins of Dial H, which is coming out fairly soon, he was originally told in 2010 to start penning Swamp Thing. And in fact, a Swamp Thing fan site described that he had 5 issues ready before he was axed by DC. I described the never published series as epic, which, of course, everyone's going to use that word now. Yeah. And alluded to strong political views showing up in the comic, which is unsurprising because it's Swamp Thing. Of course, it's going to be really eco-mentalist and political.
Yep.
So originally this is supposed to be coming out as a after the bi-weekly series Brightest Day, but once they came up with the idea for the New 52, of course, scrapped.
Yep.
But Vertigo Vice President Karen Berger is editing the new Dial H comic. Supports the fact that Mayville was originally recruited to work on Swamp Thing for Vertigo. So that would have also been going through had they not removed that imprint.
Yeah.
Well, so 2 reasons why China Mayville was F in the air when it came to that.
Indeed. Speaking of Dial H for Hero, number 6, Dial H for Hero.
Yeah.
very big surprise that they're actually bringing in this when there are other things that they could be bringing in. For example, a cyborg ongoing. Like,
Yeah.
one of the big characters that they have that doesn't have its own series. I don't think they have a bigger character that doesn't have its own series than Cyborg. Yep. Something like that. Number 5.
Number 5. Do 12 issues count as an ongoing? That's because, well, Batman Leviathan, the Grant Morrison story arc that's going to be coming out as a supposedly ongoing, as is touted as in the original press releases, is going to be 12 issues long, according to previous statements. So, has it been extended? Is there going to be more Batman Inc. after Leviathan concludes? Or is it going to continue without him?
Maybe. We'll see.
The other question is, are people reading too much into it?
Probably.
Probably.
Number 4. New Directions to Nowhere. Both Static Shock and Hawk and Dove will be just 1 or 2 or 3 maybe issues into having a new direction, since they will have changed writers just before they're being cancelled. Which is weird, because you usually don't bring in a new writer and then say, you're only going to be on this for 4 and then we're going to boot you off.
Yeah. Not that great.
Yeah. Not that great, no. Number 3?
Number 3! The fact that they use the title Second Wave for this part of the New 52 initiative. Bearing in mind their own First Wave line of comics was cancelled just last year. And Marvel's early 2000s faux manga tsunami titles have been interesting parallels to that. Six-ish disparate ongoing series being brought together and launched the same way as a wave. And, you know, sales performance by both previous waves doesn't exactly inspire confidence in the metaphor, making it particularly peculiar for DC would try and surf the imagery again. Not really great.
Number 2, Mackie Marvel Memories. Alliteration, I love you. There are a few things about this announcement that lend further credence to recent cries by many comic industry watchers that DC's editor-in-chief Bob Harras is reviving some things about his 90s stint as Marvel's EIC. I mean, it's obviously that they're bringing stuff from Marvel 90s with this new stuff, which isn't weird, but a little bit weird. Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Yep.
Hope we don't get molded Superman again.
And then it was number 1.
It was number 1. Essentially multiverse building, with Earth 2 and World's Finest being 2 of the higher profile new launches coming out. Even though Bob Harras described the second wave as being about world building, there seems to be a lot of focus on building the multiverse again.
Yep.
With World's Finest focusing on Huntress and Power Girl, who are stranded from Earth 2 on the main DC universe planet. Earth 2 itself is a single series focusing on that version of the Earth and the Justice Society. And Grant Morrison's epic Multiversity, apparently coming out in 2012, focusing on the entire multiverse.
Yep. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And Pandora watching over everything.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. And that's the Rogues Gallery for this week.
Yeah.
Let's see if we should do the riddles before we go off with, let's see, something along the lines of...
As one baker to another, how do you make a dishonest shortcake?
Libraries.
That never fails to make me cringe.
Oh, 60s Batman. So we had a web... No. Just take it.
Okay, we had a weekly poll over the past week. Number 16, in fact. Will you be watching the Marvel Universe block of shows on Disney XD when it starts? It was a close one, but still 50% either way. Some of them, exactly half, want to get in on the whole Spider-Man and Avengers action. And the rest of them, for whatever reason, say, nah, not for me.
I will definitely try to check out the Ultimate Spider-Man somehow.
Yeah, I'm guessing the problem for you is just that it won't be available in your country.
No. I'll find a way.
Why? Is it because it can't be asked?
I'll find a way.
You'll find a way.
Find a way.
And get top men on it. Top
Yes.
men.
Top men. I
What are the tune for Indiana Jones is for that bit?
Oh.
I can't really do it properly.
I
I
wasn't
was just
aware.
wailing for no obvious reason.
Yeah. I wasn't aware that we were quoting Indiana Jones there, actually. It's been a while
Top
since I saw that.
men.
I wasn't aware that... Yeah. It's been a while since I saw those movies. I haven't seen them since the 90s.
The 90s, my god.
My god. Metal Gear! Gaming
Me too.
jokes. Yes. So, it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you for listening. Go to nordicilradio.com and all that. Actually, we'll just shut up and let you listen to this.
You're listening to Nordicil Radio, where gamers rock. Don't forget to visit our YouTube page at www.youtube.com/NordRTV, as well as our Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/Nordicil Radio and twitter.com/Nordicil Radio.
Remember to stay for the random encounter with DJ Raven, and I have been Nick.
And I may or may not have been Jack, but I'd still be making Nick jazz by drinking from a tankard.
Alright. And we have been Crossover. We'll see you in a week.
Fare thee well.
Goodbye.